Hello and welcome to a new Uniko video with me, Bev, the owner and designer of all things Uniko. Today is day 2 of the 14th birthday February release product introductions, and today I have a fun stencil to introduce to you, and it is Layering Retro Rainbow. And if you've been around these parts for a while, you'll remember I released a stencil called Layering Retro Lines. It was this stencil here, and hopefully if I hold it up to the light a little bit, you'll see the full sort of design. It has these interlocking lines, and you'll see there's previous videos showing the stencil in use and on Pinterest, on the blog, on the website. So over on the website blog today, these are the 2 cards that I've shared. This is the fun stencil. It is 5 layers. Each layer does a separate colour, as you can see here, and you just work your way through each of the colours. And the reason why I decided to bring out a rainbow design is because, as much as I love the retro layering lines, the original one, it is a little trickier to get this sort of like half rainbow look, and obviously you can't get the full rainbow look. So I thought I'd bring out a new stencil. So this one I chose some softer sort of pastel-y colours. I used watermelon, grapefruit, buttercup, sprout and aqua sky from Concord and Ninth, and the clouds are from a previous stencil called Cloud 9, and then I used Everyday Sentiments, a mix of Everyday Spring and Everyday Family for this sentiment. And I've still got some of these cute little heart embellishments from Stampin' Up. I think they're retired now, but they're super cute. But I'm sure there is something similar on the market. And this is the other card that I'm sharing today. Obviously, I chose super bright colours, Poppy, Marmalade, unfortunately it's retired, Buttercup, Parsley and Oceanside. And then I used this fun sentiment, and this is a huge sneak peek at what is being introduced tomorrow. Some more of that in tomorrow's video. So let's have a look at this stencil in action. I'm actually only going to use 3 layers, and I've chosen 3 colours, sorbet, grapefruit and creamsicle. And I am going to use just the 3 smaller arches for this design. So I've gone ahead and pre-cut some card. This is 9.5 centimeters by 13, and I'm going to secure it in place on my glass mat. It's magnetic, this board as well, so it makes it super useful for securing your stencils, but I always like to keep my cardstock in place as well. And I'm going to start off with the largest arch. So as you can see, it is quite flimsy. So in the past I have put a little bit of removable adhesive on the back to keep that in check, I suppose you could say. But there is a little trick you can do with your magnets as well, and the beauty of magnets is you can move them around. So I tend to like put one on this piece here just to keep it sort of flat to the ground. And I'm going to start off with the darkest shade, Sorbet. So this stencil, along with all the products being introduced this week, there's 4 new products, will be available on the website on Saturday the 28th of February at 9 AM GMT. The stencil is £14.50, with it being 5 layers, but there is lots that you can do with this, and I'm waiting for a little bit of creative time where I'm not under pressure, and I want to come up with something combining the two of these retro stencils. I'm sure there is something. My mind is whirring in the background, but oftentimes I need a little bit of time where I'm not super busy to sit down and think these through and play. And if it doesn't work out, then I don't feel I've wasted time, precious time, when I'm super busy. So I'm doing these colours quite solid. I want a nice sort of vibrant, I love this sort of corally colour. So you can see there how I stenciled it. And this is the next one. So I'm butting them up to the corner here, and keeping them in the same place. So if you place them in the same position, the rainbow will build beautifully with the gap in between. Struggling with my words today, I do apologise. I'm keeping an eye on the weather. Today it's been a lovely sunny morning. There have been some sort of grey clouds in the distance, but I thought, no, I'm going to chance it, and I put a couple of big things out on the line to dry. First time this year, and now I've started recording the video. It's gone a little bit overcast now. I'm like panicking, is it gonna rain? But we'll see. Hopefully I'll be all right, as this shouldn't take me too long. I have prepared a couple of bits for this card that I'm doing today. So as usual, the brand ambassadors have created some beautiful inspiration and ideas using this new stencil. They've done some wonderful stencil techniques of pairing this stencil with other previously released stencils. Very, very clever. So be sure to check out the Uniko Blogspot blog today for links to all the creations. I will share the link in the description to the blog, so I definitely highly recommend checking out the inspiration. Very, very clever ideas. So this is the grapefruit. I have done it quite solid and bright there, but it is beautiful. Now, where did I put the last layer? 1, 2, there it is, and there is layer number 3 that I'm going to use today. So I'm just using the 3 layers on this card just to show how you can get this half arch sort of look. And it is really good fun. And this last colour is Creamsicle. I'm just going to move that one up to the top there and apply this last colour. Obviously it has a retro feel to it, so this stencil will pair with the Uniko Mid-Century Modern collection. I do have some restocks going up this weekend as well from that collection. So the linear is still in, but it was low stock, so I have some more of that one coming in. And Background Blocks Mid-Century Modern is going to be back as well, so it will pair with that collection. So as you can see, I've just stenciled that quite simply, and before I came on camera I actually went and stamped the hello from Big and Bold Hello and fussy cut it out. I stamped it in Dove and I put some foam adhesive on the back, the 1mm thick, so it's not too bulky, and then I stamped and trimmed Sunshine from Everyday Spring. So I'm going to just adhere these onto this layer, and then I've got my base card which I'll adhere this all to. So I'm just taking off the adhesive backing. But this stencil would be beautiful for spring, but all year round. Even your good luck cards and maybe your St. Patrick's Day cards if you send any, you know, sort of leading to that pot of gold that we all wish to find at the end of a rainbow. I'm sure there are lots of other pairings that I haven't thought about. And with the stencil being a 6x6 size, it would be really good for scrapbooking pages. And since I've dusted off and dug out my scrapbook stuff, my supplies, the background papers, and I found lots of plain 12x12 card as well. I hope to eventually, another thing, when I find some extra time, to use some of these larger designs to create a fun scrapbook page. 12x12 size used to always scare me a little bit. The bigger the paper, the more space to fill, and I have this anxiety of filling the space. But I'm slowly trying to get out of my comfort zone of these smaller cards and go big. It's hard, but sometimes we have to force ourselves. But I've seen some really lovely scrapbook pages recently, and it is inspiring me to document some memories on some pages. So I'm just sitting this above so you can still see the arches, and obviously it gives the stencil a whole new look to what it is as a full rainbow with all the arches. And then what I'm going to do, I pre-cut a piece of background, my card base. This is 10.5 by 14, and I'm just going to use some, sorry for that, double-sided tape to secure it down, and that will be my card finish today. Thank you for all the love yesterday on the first product introduction, which was Background Blocks Birthday Scramble. I'm so happy that lots of you like the look of that stamp. Usually I have, in the past, have a bit of a theme for birthdays. So one year I did Art Deco. Obviously I've done the mid-century, the originally organic sort of style, but I couldn't really decide on a theme for this year, so it has a bit of a mishmash of lots of my favourite things, but obviously has a birthday feel to it as well with some of the products. And then all I'm doing is lining this up and securing it down, and I'm going to leave it at that. I was debating whether to put any embellishment on, but I am going to leave it quite clean and simple to give another look to this fun stencil. And I'll bring it in the other card. So tomorrow be sure to join me again for the next product introduction if you want to see more of this sentiment on this card here. As always, thank you for joining me, thank you for watching, thank you for all the wonderful comments and support. It is much appreciated, and I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.